Happy Monday, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Matty here with you on what is turning into a very green day. We've had a lot of positive price action. The total market cap, as you'll note, is back up with a bang above $2 trillion. That's up over 7% in these last 24 hours, which is always nice to see. Bitcoin up nearly 8%. Ethereum up over 8%. Check out XRP up 16% flat in these 24 hours. Cardano up double digits in these last 24 hours. In fact, many of our favorites have been performing very nicely. Let's take a quick look at the 24-hour highest performers here. Topping out the chart in the top 100 is Harmony, which has taken a very significant fall over the course of these last few weeks. I think it's retracing somewhat here, but it fell kind of even more than 50% actually versus its recent all-time high. Now up 35% on the day. Polygon, 25% on the day. Going down the list a little bit, we have one of our favorites, THETA Network, of course, back up over $10. I believe it was over $11 a little bit earlier today. 18.8% on the day. KuCoin doing very well. Kusama doing very well. IOTA, we have a new actually price prediction for IOTA. That's one of, I suppose, the top, what is that, top 15 here performers in the top 100. So overall, guys, a very healthy day. Everything always looks, like hindsight is always 20/20, so they say, and that's kind of a frustrating built-in function of reality, I suppose. But here's kind of what I'd like to say about this great market is that it's very difficult. We talked about VeChain and we talked about Chainlink the other day that just fell precipitously. It's very difficult to hit that buy button when you're seeing a project just tank, right? It's down 10%, 20, 30, 40%. And you kind of think to yourself like, wow, technical analysis doesn't matter in this situation. Everybody's selling this asset. Like, I don't want to be a part of that at all. The expression is that trying to catch that bottom is like trying to catch a falling knife, right? You're going to cut yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. It's dangerous. It's not to say that you have to catch the exact bottom, but, not financial advice. But as I like to say, when you have these flash sales, when you have these deep, ridiculous, irrational sell-offs, those are buying opportunities, at least in my book. Again, I'm not suggesting you do the same. I'm not giving you financial advice, but it certainly feels good on these days when now the market is up 7% and you have some of our favorite projects that are doing as well as they're doing. You got to be contrarian in this space, right? You got to recognize the fact that, for example, a few days ago, everybody was panicking, everybody was selling at the same time. And then all of a sudden, once the market clears up today, it's almost as this like collective just vision as far as everybody seeing the same thing. It's like, well, of course, Bitcoin was so oversold. Its RSI was approaching levels we haven't seen in March of 2020. Nobody was saying that in real time. Some were, to be fair, but it's always this kind of obvious, almost predetermined fact afterwards, right? Bitcoin was oversold. We're going to have to correct to the upside. And yet very few people are willing to take the chance. In my opinion, it's not really a chance. Very few people are willing to take action when that blood is running in the streets. But that's how you make money, guys. If you believe in crypto in the long term, as far as the next few years, the next decades, and perhaps even more the next century, a dip of 20, 30, 40% is really your best friend. So I don't want to keep preaching here. I don't want to sound too sanctimonious, but all that to say, kudos, congratulations. If you did buy up the dip and your portfolio is looking healthy today as a result of your actions, then good for you. If maybe you didn't quite have the courage or you didn't feel like that was a good decision and now you're kicking yourself, if you're new to this space, hey, that's totally normal. I understand that it's not the most stress-free decision that you can make, but maybe file this one away and remember it for next time, because those dips are great opportunities, in my humble opinion. So guys, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite altcoins which are in the news, which have been performing well. We'll be discussing macro level news out of Apple and Google Pay. Binance has some great news. They're listing stocks, just traditional stocks. We started seeing this with Tesla. Now they have some others at this stage, the last week or so of April, that they'll be listing. Chiliz is in the news. AIOZ is in the news. We have Tomo that's in the news. We have Lelantis, courtesy of Firo, the project formerly known as ZCoin. And we have Delta Exchange and Cartesi as well. Guys, if you like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and altcoins, you know what to do. Be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. We begin here with a brief look at what Binance is offering here. So new stock tokens to be made available on Binance beginning today with MicroStrategy. So Binance, in the same way that they listed tokenized offerings for Tesla stock recently, they're now offering MicroStrategy, stock ticker MSTR, Apple, AAPL, and Microsoft. So MicroStrategy, that's going to be going live today, actually, probably by the time you've watched this video. Apple will be happening on the 28th of April and Microsoft on the 30th of April. So what is this all about? Well, Binance stock tokens are tokens of stocks, which are shares of public companies that trade on traditional stock exchanges. Each stock token represents one ordinary share of the relevant stock. These stock tokens are fully backed by a depository portfolio of underlying securities held by CM Equity AG, Germany. Holders of stock tokens will qualify for economic returns on the underlying shares, including potential dividends. This, as I see it right now, and I'm sure we're going to see more than just MicroStrategy, Apple, and Microsoft in the future, but this is Binance branching out into the real world, legitimizing themselves. I think it adds credibility to Binance. It offers them, perhaps new demographics, a new user base of people that are maybe less interested in crypto or quasi interested in crypto. But then this is now their gateway drug to enter the space, people that want to acquire traditional stocks. And this is just one more step for Binance here in their bid to take over the world, but in a good way. Like, I'm happy to see it. Binance, as a benevolent ruler of the world, they're slowly taking over all of it. Binance is, I could just gush over Binance. I think what they do is great. I think it's the best exchange out there, and they're listening to their users and their clients, right? They're meeting market demand with moves like this, expanding more and more beyond crypto every day. So kudos to Changpeng Zhao, CZ, and the broader Binance team. I think that's fantastic. In related exchange news here, we have Gemini with this tweet from a few days ago that kind of slipped through the cracks for me. Gemini users around the world can now purchase crypto with Apple Pay and Google Pay. That's on the one hand, a pretty big development as far as the headline goes. On the other hand, in terms of functionality, it's not all that groundbreaking or earth-shattering. Let's continue. Follow the easy steps on our blog to connect your debit card or Apple Pay or Google Pay. Okay, we're here on Gemini.com, and as you can see, this is, I guess, the how-to as far as installing the app, what you have to do, searching for it in the App Store and whatnot. But when it comes to the payment, that's at the crux of this story. The option to pay with Apple Pay or Google Pay will appear. Select the one you want to use and then tap Pay. Supporting Apple Pay and Google Pay advances our mission to empower the individual through crypto by creating another easy way to access this new and exciting frontier onward and upward. So it's, Apple Pay and Google Pay enter crypto. That's kind of the headline if you want to be curt or terse. In reality, it's just a payment on-ramp for the Gemini app. And I don't mean to sound too jaded or whatever. I don't think it's the biggest story in the world, but it's kind of a small little crack. It's a little chink in the armor, because if this happens on 1,000 other services, then, presumably that would be a big deal. But this is kind of that. It's just that little ray of light that's peeking through the crack here that you think to yourself, okay, well, if Apple Pay and Google Pay here have this functionality, have this implementation with Gemini, what's stopping them with, offering similar implementation across a wide range of other exchanges, of other applications? So on its face, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just a new way for you to pay for your crypto using the Gemini app. It's not going to change anything. It's not all that seismic. On the other hand, my mind goes to, well, what if it opens the floodgates? What if this kind of legitimizes and adds validity to crypto in the eyes of Apple, in the eyes of Google? I think there's a lot of potential here for them to continue with, similar strategies and offer similar on-ramps across a wide range of other applications. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Again, I don't want to overplay this story. I think it's good news. It's not world-shattering, as I mentioned a moment ago, but good news nonetheless. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. I don't want to get too excited ahead of time and set expectations type of thing, but if it's any indication that Apple and Google are getting into crypto as far as payment on-ramps, then that's fantastic. But, let's wait and see. Let's be cautiously optimistic. Here we have Chiliz that's in the news here with big milestone news. So Chiliz CHZ. Recently, we hit 600,000 wallets and 5 million transactions on the Chiliz chain. This is just the beginning for Chiliz chain. Chiliz, one of our favorites, of course. We've been, genuinely, like in a non-sponsored capacity, by the way, we've been spreading the good news of Chiliz really since they were sub 1 penny, like since they were below 1 cent, because we love the idea of fan engagement, of sports community building, of tokenization, of not only assets, but ideas and voting systems. And to me, it's just a space that's perfectly fertile for what it is that Chiliz is offering. And they're only just getting started. Wait till they hit up some of the other leagues out there in the sporting world. As such, people are excited about Chiliz, up over 10% on the day. Now, just under 46 cents US. For reference here, Chiliz has come down off its all-time high. It's still about 47, 48% off its all-time high, which was set about a month ago at 87 cents. But Chiliz, kind of slowly behind the scenes, doing very well, building up their network, the Chiliz chain. And I think more and more adoption is inevitable. So congratulations to Alexander Dreyfus. Congratulations to the chain as well. And we look forward to more implementation and more good news. We talked about THETA earlier. Let's talk now about AIOZ Network. They're announcing AIOZ Network Proof of Assets. AIOZ believes in transparency and will be showing all the transactions for ERC20 and BEP mint and burn. To instill trust, we've enabled seamless conversion between ETH and BSC, Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain networks via AIOZ Bridge. Another project here that we've been talking about, that we've had our eye on, up over 16% on the day, now $1.40. Its all-time high, for reference, also quite a bit higher. It's down 46% off of that all-time high set earlier in the month, 23 days ago on the 3rd of April. At $2.65. But on the daily here, AIOZ performing very, very well indeed. Again, up over 16%. You can read more about their press release here on medium.com. AIOZ Network Proof of Assets. Kudos to them. Tomo Chain here is in the news with a new Twitter handle, as it were, Tomo Finance. So thanks for your patience. We're launching Tomo Finance. And to congratulate our launch, we have an airdrop campaign for you all. Here's what you have to do. Retweet this tweet, join the official Telegram channel, and clear the tasks, get Tomo and TFI. Details are available here, how to participate in Tomo Finance airdrop campaign and get free Tomo. You guys should also be sure you're following Tomo Finance here. That's at Tomo Finance is the new Twitter handle. Tomo Chain up nearly 10%, up over 9% on the day, $2.15. For reference, its all-time high was set earlier this month, 16 days ago, $3.61. So we're down about 40% off of that all-time high, which was set on the 10th of April. Firo here is in the news. They are the project formerly known as ZCoin, and Lelantis has reactivated on Firo with additional hardening measures after completion of the hard fork. So with the release of Firo v14.6.0 and the hard fork completed, Lelantis private transactions have now been re-enabled. The team, alongside external researchers and auditors, have worked hard to bring Lelantis back online. In addition to our team members, Aram Jivanyan, Aaron Fikert, Levon Petrosyan, and Peter Shugalev, who have worked tirelessly on this. We'd like to thank Pink Panther and Trill of Bits for their assistance in identification of the issue, reviewing the code and the cryptography. And they're also thanking the community here as part of this recent update. So cheers to Firo. Lelantis reactivated on Firo. That is no small feat. Cartesi here in the news, ticker CTSI. Igniting ideas and accelerating growth. We're launching Cartesi Labs, which is a pretty big departure from their previous mission, if you want to call it. This is pretty exciting. Check this out. Starting with $1 million US available to projects, developers, enterprises, and more, Cartesi Labs will offer a full suite of opportunities to those building with Cartesi. So they're almost turning into kind of their own VC arm, or kind of like at least an accelerator. Let's take a look at the announcement here. We're on Cartesi.io. with this weird screen that's kind of tilted more towards the left, as you can see. Cartesi Labs is a continuous program run by the Cartesi Foundation to fund research and development of decentralized systems with Cartesi's technology stack. You guys can read more about it here, including that figure that we talked about. Their fund size is $1 million. Let's check on the price of Cartesi. We're on here, CoinGecko.com, of course. They're up over 14% on the day, now above 52 cents. doing very well indeed. For reference, Cartesi's all-time high, CTSI, they're down 34% off of that mark, which was 79.2 cents, reached 21 days ago. That was on the 5th of April. And finally, here in the news today, guys, we have Delta Exchange, a total of $4 million in TVL, total volume locked and growing, 110% APY on DETO, DETO liquidity mining. Simply deposit USDT and earn yield, and DETO tokens, 110% APY once again, in the large cap AMM pool. Explore robo trading here. You guys can check this out if you'd like. I'm interested to ask you members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, do you dabble in robo trading? Personally, I'll start off the discussion, I suppose. I don't, because I have kind of this mentality where even if a project is like 100% trustworthy, right? Because there are many scams out there. I'm Delta Exchange. We've done our due diligence. Delta Exchange is a top-notch project. We have full confidence and trust in their robo trading initiatives and products. But you do have to be mindful. You have to be alert out there, because a lot of people, it's still the Wild West. A lot of people are preying on you. Case in point, look at the comments below and all the people impersonating Altcoin Buzz, right? But let's assume, for the sake of just being hypothetical, that all robo trading is 100% trustworthy, honest, accurate, dependable. I have this kind of weird, I don't know, call it like OCD. It's almost like a psychosis where I insist on personal accountability for like everything that I do. So if there's a problem with something, if I've come up short, if I have a bad trade, I have to be personally accountable. I have to beat myself up for that, because I'm going to be that much more careful the next time I perform that function or I do that work. So if I screw up, that's fine. It's on me, but it keeps me honest. It keeps me motivated and disciplined. And so there's something about trading whereby even if a robo trader is superior to me and it could make me more money, it's like it removes me from the process to the point where personally I'm not really interested in that. Because even if it's a suboptimal set of strategies that I employ, I like to be just like immersed in it. I like to be totally absorbed by it. And again, that kind of accountability mentality kicks in. The way I'm describing it, it probably sounds like a mental illness, like total personal accountability. And look, it's a standard that I like to live up to, right? Nobody's perfect. And of course I fall short, but it's, it is like a David Goggins kind of mindset where it's just like, look, no excuses. If you fail, be hard on yourself, be fully accountable. Don't scapegoat. Don't cast blame on others or other things or other systems or whatever. Be accountable and answer to yourself at the end of the day. That can be very humbling because, of course, you're not an expert in everything. In some cases, you're not an expert in anything. And so to be personally accountable means that there are going to be shortfalls. You're gonna fail, but in that failure, you'll build up your confidence and your ability to do better next time. So I guess we have two different discussions that are happening simultaneously. But number one, let me know if you're a fan of robo trading, if you engage in that. No wrong answers here, guys. If you are, then that's cool. If it works for you, great. Let me know about that, your opinion on robo trading. Number two, let me know about, accountability, extreme accountability, and what you think about that mindset, that mentality. I'll be honest, I think like for certain aspects of my life, I apply it more or I apply it less. Like I said, you can't be an expert in everything, and the day is only 24 hours long. But that's always kind of been my stubborn, thick-headed mindset. And I'll defend stubbornness, by the way. I think stubbornness can be a pretty good personality trait sometimes. I think stubbornness gets a bad rap. But guys, that is about it for today. There's so much news that is happening. So as always, do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Check out our IOTA price prediction, by the way. We have a whole bunch of other price predictions as well. You can find that in the reviews tab here. Go down to the technical analysis section for more of those. Keep checking back into our website. It is altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you guys enjoyed today's video. And it's funny, right? Because we never offer financial advice. Our website, none of this is financial advice. These videos that I produce are not financial advice. We don't offer you anything as far as investment advice. We never twist your arm. And yet people invest in the cryptocurrency space. No doubt some of you invest. So isn't it a coincidence how that works? It's information, guys, right? Speaking of accountability, do with the information what you will. It's not financial advice, but if you do choose to invest, I genuinely wish you all the very best of luck in this space. Let me know as well if you did pick up some gains after the recent dip and now that the market is doing well. Let me know how your portfolio is working. Hopefully it's greener than it was a couple of days ago. Stay safe out there, everybody. Have a great Monday, a great start to your week. As always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.